Did you know that some of our most beloved holiday traditions trace their roots back to ancient celebrations of the winter solstice? Imagine standing in a vast stone circle as the first rays of sunlight break through the horizon after the longest night of the year. What would it feel like to witness light returning to the world? That's exactly how ancient civilizations saw the winter solstice, as a moment of hope and renewal. For millennia, the shortest day and longest night of the year wasn't just marked on a calendar. It was a moment to honor the turning of the seasons and the return of light. From Stonehenge to Saturnalia, cultures around the world transformed this celestial event into a time of feasting, ritual, and reflection, creating traditions that still echo in the modern world. Welcome to Armchair Archaeology. Today, we're uncovering the fascinating ways ancient civilizations celebrated the winter solstice and how those rituals shaped the holidays we know today. You'll journey through awe-inspiring monuments like the perfectly aligned stones of Stonehenge and explore festivals filled with light, fire, and revelry, such as the Norse Yule and the Roman Saturnalia. And here's something to keep you intrigued. By the end of this video, we'll reveal the surprising connection between an extravagant ancient festival and a holiday custom that might already be a part of your celebrations. From the sacred to the spectacular, you'll discover the enduring power of the solstice to unite humanity across time and culture. Let's dive in. Before we begin, are you subscribed to Armchair Archaeology? Over 90% of our viewers aren't, and by hitting that subscribe button, you'll join a growing community of history enthusiasts uncovering the world's greatest mysteries. And don't miss our exclusive ebook, Secrets of the Ancient World, Mysteries, Technologies, and Lost Civilizations. It's packed with fascinating stories about lost cities, groundbreaking ancient technologies, and unsolved mysteries that will leave you questioning everything you thought you knew. Ready to explore the secrets history books leave out? Check the link in the pinned comment and start your journey today. The winter solstice, occurring around December 21st in the Northern Hemisphere, is a celestial event that has captivated humanity for thousands of years. It marks the shortest day and the longest night of the year, as the Earth's axial tilt positions the Northern Hemisphere farthest from the sun. But for ancient cultures, it was much more than a natural phenomenon. It was a profound turning point, symbolizing the return of light and life. The word solstice comes from Latin and means the sun stands still. For a few days, it looks like the sun stops moving before slowly rising higher in the sky again, a sign to ancient people that brighter days were coming. This rebirth of the sun signaled hope, renewal, and the promise of brighter days ahead, concepts central to survival in an era deeply tied to seasonal rhythms. What's remarkable is how early civilizations tracked this event with astonishing precision. Thousands of years ago, people used rudimentary tools to map the sun's movements and align their lives with its cycles. In fact, some of the world's oldest monuments, like Newgrange in Ireland and Stonehenge in England, were specifically designed to capture the light of the solstice, demonstrating a sophisticated understanding of astronomy long before modern technology. For our ancestors, the winter solstice wasn't just an observable moment. It was a sacred bridge between darkness and light, death and rebirth. By understanding this cosmic shift, they found ways to connect with the natural world and prepare for the life-giving changes that followed. The winter solstice's significance as a universal symbol of hope and renewal explains why so many cultures celebrated it in such extraordinary ways. This is where their fascinating traditions begin. Few places capture the magic of the winter solstice quite like Stonehenge, one of the world's most iconic prehistoric monuments. Built over 4,000 years ago on the Salisbury Plain in England, Stonehenge is a marvel of ancient engineering and astronomical knowledge. Its massive stones are arranged to align perfectly with the sun's movements, creating a breathtaking spectacle during the solstices. On the morning of the winter solstice, as the sun rises low in the sky, its rays align with the monument's central axis, flooding its inner circle with light. Picture the golden light slicing through the stone corridors, turning shadows into glowing pathways and bathing the ancient stones in a warm, otherworldly glow. This alignment wasn't accidental. Neolithic builders constructed Stonehenge to mark key solar events, connecting the cycles of the heavens with the rhythms of life on Earth. But Stonehenge was more than just a solar observatory. It was a site of community and ritual. Archaeological discoveries suggest that thousands of people from across Britain traveled to Stonehenge during the solstice to feast, celebrate, and partake in ceremonies. Remnants of animal bones, particularly those of pigs, reveal evidence of large-scale feasts, with people likely sharing roasted meats and mead under the light of the midwinter sun. The monument's construction was no small feat. Some of the stones, known as blue stones, were transported from quarries over 150 miles away, a remarkable achievement without modern tools. The precision with which the stones were placed highlights the builders' deep understanding of astronomy and their reverence for the natural world. For those who gathered at Stonehenge thousands of years ago, the winter solstice was a moment of hope and renewal, a chance to honor the return of the sun and the life it promised. Today, modern visitors continue this tradition, making Stonehenge a timeless symbol of humanity's enduring connection to the cosmos. From the awe-inspiring alignments of Stonehenge to the joyous chaos of Roman Saturnalia, let's explore how other cultures celebrated the return of light during the darkest time of the year. Amazing, isn't it, how our ancestors created such precise monuments to track the heavens? If you're fascinated by ancient engineering and astronomy, make sure to subscribe for more incredible stories like this. If there was one ancient festival that truly embraced the chaos and joy of the winter solstice, it was Saturnalia. Celebrated in ancient Rome from December 17th to 23rd, this festival honored Saturn, the god of agriculture and time. But Saturnalia was far more than a religious observance. It was a week-long carnival that turned Roman society on its head. Now picture this. For 1 week in ancient Rome, your boss might be serving you dinner, and the family pet could become king of Saturnalia. Talk about flipping life upside down. During Saturnalia, social norms were temporarily suspended. Slaves were treated as equals. Masters served their servants, and the streets filled with music, laughter, and games. People wore colorful clothing, exchanged small gifts, and decorated their homes with greenery like wreaths and garlands. Sound familiar? Many of these customs inspired modern holiday traditions. The festival also featured lavish feasts, theatrical performances, and public gathering. One of the most anticipated events was the election of a king of Saturnalia, a mock ruler who presided over the festivities with absurd authority, often encouraging pranks and revelry. But Saturnalia wasn't just about fun. It carried deep symbolic meaning. The suspension of social hierarchies reflected the natural chaos of winter and the promise of renewal as the days grew longer. The Romans believed that by embracing disorder and celebrating abundance, they could secure the blessings of Saturn for the coming year. Perhaps the most surprising legacy of Saturnalia is its connection to gift-giving. Romans exchanged simple presents like candles and figurines to symbolize light returning to the world, a practice that echoes in our holiday traditions today. Saturnalia was a time when Romans not only celebrated the solstice, but also embraced the fleeting joy of letting go. In its laughter and light, we can still see echoes of the ancient world's most boisterous solstice celebration. Saturnalia shows us how ancient traditions often hide unexpected connections to the modern world. If stories like these fascinate you, our ebook, Secrets of the Ancient World, Mysteries, Technologies, and Lost Civilizations, dives deeper into the origins of today's customs and the enigmatic practices of ancient cultures. You won't want to miss it. While Saturnalia brought light through laughter and chaos, other traditions focused on fire and warmth to survive the darkest nights. Let's travel north to the Norse lands and explore Yule. In the frigid northern landscapes of Scandinavia, where winter brought endless darkness, the Norse people celebrated Yule, a vibrant festival of light and warmth. Centered around the winter solstice, Yule honored the sun's return and the resilience of life through the harshest season of the year. At the heart of Yule was the Yule log, a massive tree trunk chosen with great care. Families would bring it into their homes and light it on the hearth, letting it burn continuously for up to 12 days. Now, imagine trying to keep a fire going for 12 days straight. No matches, no lighters, just determination, and maybe a little Norse luck. The glowing fire symbolized the sun's strength and the promise of longer, brighter days ahead. Its ashes were believed to hold protective powers, and they were often scattered over fields to bless the coming year's harvest. This tradition evolved over centuries, inspiring the decorative Yule logs we know today. Yule also had strong ties to Norse mythology. The festival was linked to Odin, the chief of the gods, who was believed to ride across the night sky during the wild hunt. This ghostly procession of spirits and gods was thought to bring blessings or mischief, depending on how the season was honored. Odin's long white beard, gift-giving nature, and mystical travels would later influence modern depictions of Santa Claus. Feasting, drinking, and storytelling was central to Yule, with families gathering around warm fires to share tales of gods and heroes. Bonfires were lit outdoors to drive away darkness and to celebrate the return of the sun. The word Yule is thought to come from the Old Norse Yule, possibly linked to Yule, meaning wheel, reflecting the turning of the year. Yule wasn't just a celebration, it was a beacon of hope, reminding the Norse that even in the darkest times, light and life would prevail. From the roaring fires of Yule, let's travel to ancient China, where families celebrated the solstice with traditions of unity and renewal in the Dongzhi festival. In ancient China, the winter solstice was celebrated as Dongzhi, a festival that highlighted the importance of family, balance, and the cycles of nature. Dongzhi marks the darkest day of the year, when the light begins its return, a hopeful reminder that brighter days are ahead. Dating back over 20,500 years, Dongzhi emerged from the Chinese people's profound understanding of astronomy. Scholars of the Han Dynasty used sundials, shadow-casting tools, and intricate calculations to determine the exact moment of the solstice. This knowledge wasn't just scientific, it was deeply tied to their cultural belief in yin and yang. As the solstice passed, the dominance of darkness, yin, gave way to the strengthening of light, yang, symbolizing cosmic balance and the renewal of life. One of the most cherished traditions of Dongzhi is the preparation and sharing of tangyuan, sweet glutinous rice balls often served in a warm broth. Their round shape symbolizes family unity and completeness. Gathering to make and eat tangyuan wasn't just a culinary activity, it was a way for families to come together, honor their ancestors, and prepare for brighter days ahead. In southern China, dumplings also became a favorite solstice dish. These hearty, comforting foods were thought to bring warmth and protect against the cold of winter. Here's a fun tidbit. Legend says dumplings were created by the Chinese physician Zhang Dongzhi to keep people warm and protect their ears from frostbite during the bitter cold. The festival was also a time for reflection, gratitude, and reconnecting with loved ones. Dongzhi remains a significant celebration in many East Asian communities today, proving that its ancient themes of renewal and unity are timeless. Through its humble yet profound traditions, Dongzhi reminds us of the enduring human desire to embrace the return of light and the connections that sustain us. These traditions reveal so much about how ancient cultures saw their place in the universe. What about you? How do you honor the cycles of nature in your life? Let us know in the comments. While many solstice traditions focus on the Northern Hemisphere, the Inca of South America celebrated their own version of the winter solstice on the opposite side of the calendar. Inti Raymi, held in June, marked the Southern Hemisphere's winter solstice and honored Inti, the sun god, and one of the most important deities in Inca mythology. For the Inca, the solstice was a sacred moment of renewal. It symbolized the sun's gradual return and was critical for agricultural planning, as the sun's strength governed the success of their crops. Inti Raymi brought the Inca people together in a massive celebration centered in Cusco, the empire's capital and spiritual heart. Cusco itself functioned as a solar observatory with temples and streets carefully aligned to track celestial events. One of the most significant rituals took place at the Coricancha, the temple dedicated to Inti and covered in sheets of gold to reflect the sun's brilliance. On the solstice, the first rays of sunlight illuminated the temple's inner sanctum, signaling the renewal of life and the blessings of the sun god. Just imagine standing there in the dawn light, gold gleaming off the temple walls, the air alive with chants and drums as the Inca people welcomed the sun back to their land. The celebrations extended to Sacsayhuaman, a fortress overlooking Cusco, where priests conducted elaborate ceremonies, including offerings of food, chicha, a fermented corn drink, and llamas. Thousands of people participated in dances, songs, and reenactments of mythological events, creating a festival that blended reverence and revelry. Even today, Inti Raymi is celebrated in modern Andean communities with vibrant reenactments that keep this ancient tradition alive. It's a stunning reminder of the sun's universal significance and how ancient civilizations used the solstice to honor both their gods and their connection to the natural world. The Incas' alignment of their cities and temples with the cosmos shows how ancient civilizations understood the world in ways we're only beginning to unravel. For more insights into how ancient peoples combined science, spirituality, and architecture, check out Secrets of the Ancient World, Mysteries, Technologies, and Lost Civilizations. It's packed with fascinating discoveries just like this. In the arid landscapes of the American Southwest, the Hopi people honor the winter solstice with Soyaluna, a sacred ceremony of renewal and harmony. This deeply spiritual tradition focuses on calling the sun back from its furthest journey and ensuring balance between humanity, nature, and the cosmos. Soyaluna, meaning time of peace, is one of the Hopi's most important ceremonies, marking both the beginning of the sacred year and a turning point in the cycle of life. It takes place in kivas, underground ceremonial chambers that symbolize the Earth's womb and connect the people to their spiritual ancestors. Within these sacred spaces, Hopi elders lead prayers and rituals, asking for the sun's return and blessings for the community's well-being in the year ahead. A central feature of Soyaluna is the crafting of pahos, prayer sticks adorned with feathers and other elements, which are offered to the spirits as a way to send prayers for health, protection, and prosperity. The Hopi also create intricate sand paintings during this time, using colored sands to craft symbolic designs that represent balance, renewal, and the cycles of the natural world. Traditional dances, performed with rhythmic precision, are a key part of the ceremony. These dances are not just acts of worship, but also a means of aligning the human spirit with the cosmic forces of the sun and earth. For the Hopi, the winter solstice is more than an astronomical event. It's a time to realign with the teachings of their ancestors and to reaffirm their relationship with the natural world. Soyaluna is a testament to the deep spiritual wisdom of the Hopi and their understanding of life's interconnected rhythms. From the peaceful ceremonies of the Hopi to fiery celebrations across the ancient world, the winter solstice has always been about light overcoming darkness. Fire and light have been universal symbols of hope and renewal in winter solstice celebrations across the world. In the darkest days of the year, these elements represented humanity's resilience and the eternal promise of the sun's return. Among the Norse, the Yule log was central to midwinter traditions. A massive log was lit on the hearth and burned for days, its flames symbolizing the strengthening sun and protection against the darkness. The ashes were believed to hold magical properties, bringing blessings to crops and homes. This tradition evolved into the decorative Yule logs and festive candles we see today. In ancient Persia, the winter solstice was celebrated as Yalda night. Families gathered to light candles and share stories, keeping the darkness at bay until dawn. This light-driven ritual emphasized the sun's rebirth and humanity's ability to endure even the longest night. Romans brought light into their Saturnalia celebrations, decorating homes and streets with oil lamps and torches. In East Asia, the soft glow of lanterns during Dongzhi symbolized warmth, harmony, and the anticipation of longer days ahead. Fire was also a spiritual symbol. In ancient Egypt, the solstice was linked to Ra, the sun god, whose return symbolized the renewal of life. Bonfires and torches became a way to honor the divine forces that controlled the cycles of nature. From the blazing Yule fires to the gentle flicker of lanterns, fire and light remind us of humanity's enduring connection to the natural world. They symbolize the triumph of warmth and life over cold and darkness, an idea that continues to resonate in modern celebrations like Christmas lights and New Year's fireworks. Whether blazing bonfires, flickering lanterns, or today's twinkling holiday lights, these fiery symbols remind us that even the smallest flame can chase away the darkest night. Want to learn more about how ancient people used light and fire in rituals and technology? Dive into secrets of the ancient world, mysteries, technologies, and lost civilizations. Find the link in the pinned comment. The winter solstice inspired ancient civilizations to create breathtaking monuments aligned with the sun's movements. These structures were far more than functional. They were sacred spaces where humanity connected with the cosmos and honored the rhythms of nature. In Ireland, Newgrange stands as one of the world's oldest and most stunning examples of solstice alignment. Built over 5,000 years ago, this Neolithic tomb predates Stonehenge and the Great Pyramid of Giza. On the morning of the winter solstice, sunlight streams through a narrow passageway to illuminate the inner chamber, a phenomenon that lasts only a few minutes each year. It's like a golden ribbon of light threading through the darkness, touching the ancient stone walls and transforming the chamber into a glowing sanctuary of hope. For the builders of Newgrange, this spectacle symbolized the triumph of light over darkness and the renewal of life. In the Americas, the Bighorn Medicine Wheel in Wyoming is another remarkable example of solstice alignment. This ancient stone structure, built by native peoples, serves as both an observatory and a ceremonial site. Its spokes and cairns are aligned to mark not only the solstices, but also significant star alignments, reflecting a deep connection between the earth and the heavens. The Maya, known for their sophisticated astronomical knowledge, also celebrated the solstices through precise alignments in their architecture. At Chichen Itza, the Pyramid of Kukulkan features shadow effects during solar events that highlight the sun's role in their cosmology. These monuments reveal not only technical brilliance, but also a shared sense of awe at the cycles of the sun. By aligning their sacred spaces with the solstice, ancient peoples created places where humanity and the universe converged. These enduring structures remind us of how deeply our ancestors understood and celebrated the cosmic rhythms that shaped their lives. It's incredible how these ancient structures connect us to the cosmos. Want to dive deeper into the mysteries of history? Hit the like button and join us for more amazing discoveries. Whether you're watching Christmas lights twinkle, sipping hot cocoa by a fire, or sharing stories with loved ones, you're carrying on a tradition that's thousands of years old. Isn't that incredible? The winter solstice remains a source of inspiration in modern times, with celebrations that echo the ancient traditions of renewal and connection. Around the world, people continue to honor the longest night and the return of light in ways both old and new. At Stonehenge, modern pagans, druids, and visitors from across the globe gather every winter solstice to watch the sun rise through its iconic stones. These gatherings blend ancient reverence with modern spirituality, creating a shared moment of awe and wonder. Similarly, in Ireland, people assemble at Newgrange to witness the annual illumination of the tomb's inner chamber, keeping the ancient connection between the solstice and renewal alive. In Scandinavia, Yule traditions endure, from lighting candles to enjoying family feasts. The burning of modern Yule logs, both real and decorative, continues to symbolize warmth and protection, while Christmas celebrations carry traces of the Norse midwinter spirit. In East Asia, Dongzhi is still celebrated in countries like China, Taiwan, and Korea. Families come together to prepare traditional foods like tang yuan and dumplings, honoring the solstice with a focus on unity and gratitude. Elsewhere, new traditions have emerged, such as solstice yoga gatherings, winter festivals, and events like Burning Man's offshoot, Fire in the Heart, which incorporates fire rituals and community reflection. Native American tribes also honor the sun through dances and ceremonies, preserving their ancestral connection to the cycles of nature. Whether through ancient rituals or contemporary adaptations, the solstice continues to inspire. It is a reminder of humanity's shared desire to find light in the darkness and to celebrate the cycles that unite us all. Today's solstice traditions are living links to our past and a testament to the enduring magic of this cosmic turning point. The winter solstice is more than just an astronomical event. It's a story of resilience, renewal, and humanity's timeless connection to the rhythms of the earth. From the awe-inspiring alignments of Stonehenge and Newgrange to the joyous chaos of Saturnalia and the warmth of Yule fires, these traditions reveal how deeply the solstice has shaped our cultures and our understanding of the world. What's truly remarkable is how these ancient celebrations continue to echo through time. Modern gatherings at solstice monuments, family feasts during Dongzhi, and even our holiday wreaths and lights reflect humanity's enduring desire to bring light into the darkness. These connections between past and present remind us of the universal themes that unite us, no matter where or when we live. And as promised, here's the fascinating link to our modern holidays. During Saturnalia, the Romans decorated their homes with greenery, including holly and ivy, as symbols of life and protection. This tradition evolved into the Christmas wreaths we still hang on our doors today, a lasting legacy of an ancient solstice festival. The solstice is a time to reflect, connect, and celebrate the cycles of life. Its traditions, both ancient and modern, remind us that even in the darkest moments, the promise of light and hope is always on the horizon. If you enjoyed this exploration, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Armchair Archaeology for more journeys into the mysteries of history. Do you light candles, gather with family, or maybe even try something ancient like a solstice feast? Share your traditions with us. We might feature them in our next video. Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep the flame of curiosity burning bright.